All right, it's 3 p.m. Hi again, everyone. My name is Yusha-Marie Sorzano, and we are here to roll again. You asked for it, you got it. Um, Last week, we rolled out our lower half. We spent a lot of time addressing places that we tend to overuse as dancers, and we really practice patience and let gravity help us to release our muscles so that we could feel a sensation of relief. I want to say, as dancers, anyone that's physical, actually, this class could be really beneficial for you. Uh, it's geared toward all the things I feel that we're doing as far as like, I know I'm hunched over my computer quite a bit. I know a lot of us are going to be doing schooling from our computers, a lot of parents that are working from home, a lot of people working from home. Also, for all those days that you wear those really large, heavy backpacks, for dancers and people with kids when you're holding them for extended periods of time. So your upper body really does get a lot of work. And even though we don't recognize how tight it is all the time, you'd be amazed to see when we just take a little time and patience how we can find those spots that could be causing problems. So today I wanted to show you again, because I like to do a little research before I get into every class, and I wanted to show you again just kind of the muscles that we're going to be trying to work through today. I'm going to bring my anatomy book up to you from college. If you notice, this is called the trapezius muscle. It kind of splits here. It connects right here where your deltoid starts, and it goes up all the way into your neck, and it goes down almost to the middle of your back with where your thoracic spine is. I'm going to break down the bits of the back because it's going to be really important as I guide you through this. I'm going to turn around for you and show you that. So we have the cervical spine, right? So that's the neck area up to about here. Then we have the thoracic spine, and as we go down lower, we're going to get into that lumbar spine that goes towards our coccyx bone, which is what if you took the modern class yesterday, we did coccyx balance. And so before we begin, as we're going to go through all those steps, I want to just kind of warm our bodies up just a little bit. Because I tend to find that I respond better to rolling out when I'm just slightly warm. So we're going to find the cat-cow position from our table, similar to the way we began the last class. Remember, you do what you need as far as maintaining the range in your elbows. Don't lock in. And again, remember that the belly button is going to come towards the spine as we find that flexion of the spine, that concave. Chin comes towards the chest, similar to yesterday and last week. And then we lengthen the spine out. Good. Let's do it for 4 counts. We come in and 1, 2, 3, 4, and opposition. 6, 7, 8. Again, and belly button back to the spine. 2, 3, 4, and we release. 6, 7, 8. 2 counts. 1, 2, and out. 1, 2, again, and 1, 2, and out. 1, 2, again, and up. 2, and release, and opposition, and 1, 2, and out. 2, we're going to do sexy cat like last time. 2, and apparently I'm wearing the same outfit as my cat. And around to the right, and connecting, we reverse to the left, and out, and back, and over, ear to hip, and out, around, and other side. Let's do the right side again, and right, and back, around, belly button to spine, and right, and back, around, starting to feel the warmth generated from our center, and back, around, belly button in and out, around, and find the center. Good, dancers, and we release to neutral spine. Let's grab our hangers. You ready to go? So similar to last class, I'm going to start with just kind of giving us a really light massage. We're going to use the top of the hanger to kind of anchor ourselves so we can use it to leverage the base of the hanger. And we're just going to do a nice gentle massage through the lumbar spine. Remember to breathe. All of these classes, all of these rollout classes really take a lot of patience, a lot of breath, a lot of focus, yeah? Because you want to, for your own body, find those places of tension. And I think it's really important to focus in to find that. Sometimes you'll find areas where it's kind of concentrated tension and you can't pinpoint it. And as we move along, we'll start to use some of the smaller balls and tools to get into those areas. But I find, and I said it last time, a lot of dancers tend to roll out before class and they're talking. And I usually find that the silence is where I find the patience to unearth those spots of tension. Now you'll notice that we're only able to get to kind of the middle of the back to the thoracic spine just based on the range of motion in our arms. That's okay. That's all we're going to get to for now. We're going to start the first bit of the rollout of upper body today. I want you to just kind of turn, not your, I'm turning for you, but you're just going to kind of turn your body and contract. You're going to drop your head down towards your knee. Yeah, let's do the left knee first. We're going to drop down towards the left knee. And what that's doing, and we're just going to roll the right side. It kind of exposes the muscle a little bit more. And because we spend so much time straight up and down, I find that when the spine is straight up and down and it's engaged, a friend of mine and I were talking about this, erector the erector spinae that keeps us straight up all day. I want you guys to kind of soften and let it stop doing the work. And then we're going to massage all those muscles behind us that work so hard to keep us up. And I really love, you're going to find that one side is tighter than the other, which is telling about what you're going to be doing, right? What habits you have, and that one side is always going to be, we're always going to be asymmetric dancers, just the nature of what we do. But that's why rolling out is so important. And then we're going to shift over to the right side now. Sorry, to the right side with my head to my right knee, but then we move the hanger to the left to find that muscle along the spine in the middle of the back, also known as the thoracic spine. Oof. That's the one. For me, the right side is much tighter, so I just want to go back here a little bit longer. If you find that sweet spot, dancers, keep staying there. Yeah, but I really want to say again, that contraction, the dropping of the head and the flexion of the spine, that curving over really does get us into that muscle a little bit more. And we're going to put our hanger down. I'm going to come back to the front, greet you again. How you doing? Yeah, okay. So the next thing we're going to do with our hanger as we slowly warm up is we're going to, again, hold it at the top, yeah? And we're going to go into the trapezius. It's a little bit hard. You're going to have to figure out the best way to anchor it for you. But the muscle right over the shoulder where the deltoid and the pecs all come together, we're going to start here. And yeah, okay, I'm happy. I started on the left side. And as you roll over it, this gentle massage, just kind of move your neck around. Oh, this is great. Move your neck around and find the places that might be a little bit tighter. We often ask our loved ones for massages, and usually, it's like, just rub my shoulders out for me. And in this time of social distancing, it's like, I'm just really happy I found my wooden hanger. Okay. Oh man, I've got like a lump here, and I am really happy to dig into it. And like I said, the more patience, the more we get in there. Ooh. We're going to roll just a little bit up into the neck. That also feels really good for me. Great, dancers. I really want to hang out there for like an hour, but we got to get through the whole body. So I'm going to switch, even though I'm hesitant. And yes, I see the person who caught my hanging in there pun again. I never mean to do it. So now I have to figure out on the opposite side what I need. I think for me, it's usually, I think, yeah, it's if I use the side that I'm on, if I use that hand to kind of brace it, and then guide, I brace it with the opposing hand, and I guide with the side, the hand of the side that I'm on. So I'm on the right side, so I'm guiding it with the right hand. It's interesting for me because I know my right side is tight, but it just doesn't feel as tight as my left side. And that leads me to want to do some more investigative work into how I might be working at the bar. Um, maybe, I guess that makes sense. My right arabesque is my weaker side, so maybe my right side in general is not working effectively. That's why dancers have to focus in as we roll out, because that's where you can start to recognize where one side is overworking more than the other. You can address it. Something as simple as rolling out, or not address it, but acknowledge it and hopefully start to figure out a way to address it in class. Okay, I got the sweet spot. I'm happy now. Whew. And get up into that neck just a little bit, but we can get in there just a little. Oh, that feels real good. Who knew, Hanger? We love you so much. Thank you. A lot of us are typing away, hunched over in front of the computer, in front of that screen light. I just think it's really important to address the parts of our body that we use to do that. Okay, I'm gonna put my hanger down. That felt really good for me. Just kind of lift your shoulders up and down, see how that feels for you. If you want to stay a little bit longer, hang out, do what you need to do. We're gonna move into our to credits all the way to the wooden hanger. We're gonna move into rolling out the full back now, and I'm a little bit what to use. I'm gonna get in a little bit, not too deep. If I wanted to go in a little bit deeper, and I might in a second, I would use my wooden rolling pin, which is like a fancy rolling pin. I'm going to use my foam roller. I also have, for those of you, this is the first rollout class that you ever taken. You can use a metal water bottle if you have one to act as a roller. It does essentially the same thing. Anything that you can bear weight on, right? And roll is now effectively a roller for your life. So funny enough, this metal roller actually feels really good for me. So let's start at the base of the spine, dancers. So the lumbar spine. So we're just above, whereas last week we started out by getting into the muscles right below us. We're going to now go in the opposite direction very slowly and just roll back and forth. Oh, this water bottle or metal water bottle is actually a lot more impressive than I thought it would be. Remember to breathe. You know, rolling out is essential for the journey of any person, but it's extremely essential for dancers because we don't do a lot of cross training. We do a lot of repetitive movement in our technique classes. And so naturally we start to overuse certain things. So for example, you know, you wonder why your arabesque isn't going up all the time. Maybe you're not rolling out enough. If you also, again, if you just shift over to the right side for a little bit as you roll, remember, we're going to make sure we get both sides. It really does make a difference. And I am telling you, there are going to be moments in this class where I kind of just give in and my voice might change and I might just seem like I'm in pain, but it just feels so good. It hurts so good. Good. And let's stay along that right side and we're going to keep on going. So now we're just above the lumbar spine and we're getting towards the thoracic, the middle of the back. Oh, on the right side. Keep breathing. Mm. I'm thinking that the metal water bottle probably is getting in deeper than I anticipated, or that uh, my foam roller would have, but I'm going to test it out on the left side. And you do the same. You want to kind of play around with gadgets to see which one is giving you the most relief. And sometimes it might be going through each one because each one gets you a level deeper. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep getting deeper. I'm going to move back in the space because I'm getting off the screen. Remember, we're staying on the right side as much as we can. Holy moly. And we're going to move just a little bit higher. So now I'm right underneath my scapula. Stay on the right side. I also did a modern class yesterday. And so all of those laterals and all of those things, using my back, it really does. It's left me a little sore today. If you want to push up to your elbows so you can get in there, that's great. That'll take some of the pressure off of your back. But, if you really want to go deeper, you let the weight of the body go down onto the device that you're using to roll. We're going to keep on staying on the right side. I'm right underneath my scapula now. This is an area in particular that gets really tight. It could feel like there's a bit of a pinch that happens if you hit the sweet spot. Stay there for a bit and just keep rolling it on out. Great. Keep on rolling. We're going to go up a little bit further. Now, as I get over the scapula, for me, I don't feel as much of tension. For me, it's really in between. And I just hit a note for you. It's in between that's harder than anything. And again, you can brace yourself by putting your hand down. And it actually, if you could, just move your arm around as you roll, because it's going to make a difference. You're going to find different spots as you use your arm. And because we do use our arms so much in ballet and modern and all techniques, integrated movement, you're going to find that the muscles are going to respond differently as you move that arm around. And it might even release a little bit more tension. Good. Nice dancers. Oh, wow. Okay, and we're going to keep on rolling all the way over to the right side, and we're going to sit up. How are you doing? Okay, we're going to go to the left side now. So we're going to start on the center of the back again and roll through the left side. Apologize for the sound in the back. My husband is trying to work as well at the same time. Whew. So now I'm on the left side. I'm actually going to turn around for you so that you can see my trajectory, my pathway as I go down my back, just stepping all over these fancy gadgets. So I'm staying more on the left side now. Similar to the way we rolled out our IT band last week. Yeah? Ooh. Okay. Remember, anything that's cylindrical, dancers, that can bear weight can be a roller. Please don't use anything that's glass. Like if you have like a mason jar or something, don't use anything that's glass. God forbid that, anything breaks underneath you. So just giving you a little disclaimer, try to use things that can bear weight that are metal if you don't have a foam roller. Great, and we're going to keep on rolling on down. If you notice, I feel like I'm bracing myself a little bit more on this side. And you just want to start to pay attention to those cues because, again, that's telling you how you're working in class. What side is tighter than the other? And I thought it was my right, but it might be the left. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna pause here. For me, this is the one. So I'm just gonna take a second here. I can actually feel this going down through my tailbone. Okay. And again, I want to say I'm really on one side versus the other, and because I did so much core work and modern work with my abdominals and obliques, I feel like I'm more sore than usual. Okay, I'm gonna try to lay down and get into that sweet spot underneath my scapula. I must be making some faces in this video. I didn't look at the last one. Okay. Woo! Again, when you find those moments of tension within your body, take a deep breath in and exhale. Let the muscles melt around the device that you're using. Let the muscles relax. You're getting in there. Remember that rolling out also releases a lot of not only the tension for relief, it also releases toxins like any massage. So you want to make sure that you hydrate your body as you keep rolling. Really important for me about creating a platform where we can roll together is that I tend to find a lot of people don't roll out when they can on their own. When you build a community to roll together, it kind of holds us accountable. So even if we're not having a class, you guys can carve out digital meetings with friends. We're rolling a little bit more along the muscles of the side of the spine on the left side. But going back to my point, you guys can make rolling dates, get on FaceTime, do a Facebook group chat and roll together so you can hold each other accountable, because I know a lot of you are continuing to take so many classes on the side. Okay, sorry. You lost me for a second. I just gotta breathe into this one. I'm gonna be clear now that I'm gonna concentrate more on the back, the center. We're talking about the core. I'm not gonna touch anything on the front of your ribs because it's easy for people that are very flexible and that stretch a lot. It's really easy to destabilize your body sometimes if you're rolling in those very not fragile, but like delicate areas. And so we're not going to get to the front of the body with the ribs at all. We're going to continue to just work with the power muscles behind us and a little bit up in the upper chest and all the way through the arm. Okay. And we keep on rolling through the back, up and over to the left side. And I'm going to keep rolling right underneath. I don't know if you can see where I am, so I'm going to switch so I can keep you with me to my softball, which is kind of similar. Actually, let's move to my smaller roller because I feel like you can see that a lot better. And so you can see kind of where I am. Okay. So I'm kind of going up and down the space over my angel wings, my scapula. Oof, and it feels great. Okay, we roll over to our left side and we're gonna push ourselves up. I know we didn't get into the trapezius that much, and that's okay because don't worry, we're coming back. Let's find ourselves back in cross-legged position and just take a deep breath. Just kind of feel if you can feel a difference already, just that little bit of rolling and how something so simple can cause release. We're going to move now into going through it a little bit deeper. I have this really wonderful device made by Trigger Point. It's like a double ball, and I see a lot of dancers with it. But if you don't have it, all you have to do is get 2 balls. You can get larger tennis balls and put it in a sock and tie the sock up. You tie it up so that you create the 2 balls together. And we're gonna roll again. We're gonna go deeper this time. I'm gonna use my double ball situation, and I'm gonna roll to the side. We're gonna do another roll, except this time we're gonna try to go in a little bit deeper because the ball is smaller. And we're gonna roll just along the spine again. Dancers. I'm gonna use my fingers to move myself back and forth. They really help to anchor me. And we're just gonna do one more roll all the way through the back. I'm gonna flip my body this way so that you can see as I continue to go all the way down the spine and back up. So now we're not doing that deep tissue as much as we're just going back and forth. Similar to the hanger, but a little bit more motion and speed. And now with the weight of the body on top of the ball, we're getting it even deeper. Good, dancers. And let's just sit here for a second in the thoracic spine and let the weight of your body sit on the ball. You can switch your knees from side to side. You can feel as you shift your hips how it impacts what happens to the weight of the muscles in the back. Good, 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 good. All righty. We're gonna move it and keep rolling up. I've now anchored myself. Turn again. I've now anchored myself by grabbing onto my ankles and pulling myself towards the heel, towards both of my heels. But walking out a little bit more, and then rolling to the space right above my scapula now. And I'm just gonna stay here. This seems kind of not ineffective, but it seems almost like we're resting, but you're not. You're using the weight of your body, time, patience, and gravity for things to release. And again, just to be clear, let me show you where I am. I've put the balls right above my scapula where my trapezius kind of goes down and up. And I'm just gonna put my head on the ground, put my arms down, and I'm gonna stay there. And let time and gravity do the work. Visualizing the muscles melting around the ball. If you feel a tight spot, you could just kind of shift around so you can get in deeper, up and down. Whew. Classes like this hold us accountable and give us the time to take care of our bodies. It's so important, dancers. We'll do this for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll relax. Taking out the double ball, or if you were still working with a roller. We're gonna roll over onto our stomachs now, and something tells me you're gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna use this large, I think this is a softball. Use this softball. And typically you're advised to do this against the wall because of the nature of my space. I'm gonna do it using the floor. So I'm going to, it's the space, I'll take my shirt off so you can see a little bit clearly. I'm going to find the space where the pectorals and the area in the arms connect. So that insertion kind of right by the armpit. And I'm going to just kind of put a little weight on it and feel the release and relief. Oh man, if you bend that arm and you can just kind of lay down, don't fall asleep. Rolling around. There's a spot for me. Oh, good God. There's a spot for me right kind of closer towards my collarbone that gets extremely tight. And why it's important to release this area is because when you're in porta bra, when you're using porta bra, um, when the front of the pecs start to tighten up, you're going to kind of close forward. And I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to come up off the ball for a second. The tighter this area gets, the more that your body is going to kind of pull in. And I tend to find that a lot of male dancers have, because they work so much on building up the muscular strength, they lose a lot of range of motion at the front of the body. So it's really good for all of us to roll out this area. But male dancers, this might give you a little bit of relief. And I keep moving my arms similar to when I was on my back. I move it because, like in class, the angle of the arm where you're using it impacts the use of the muscle. So it's kind of good to keep moving it around. We're not going to stay here too long because I don't want to destabilize anyone. I don't want to do too much. And we're going to keep rolling down. This is, if I thought that rolling out on my legs was weird, rolling out my upper body is even funnier to watch on camera. This is just, and you're going to roll out just underneath the arm. This to me feels so amazing. I did not know that I was neglecting the underside of my arm. I had no idea. It's really great. Just keep rolling around. And you don't have to use a softball. You can use any ball, dancers. If I switch it, it works just the same. Anything that rolls. Woo, but when I went smaller, it definitely got in there more. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to go back to this ball. I'm really into it today. Keep using it. And try turning your head in the opposing direction. See if that gives you any more release. We're going to roll down now. We're going to find the forearm. You're going to keep rolling that on out. And if for some reason you really were feeling this, you wanted to stay up here at this point in the armpit, that's okay, dancers. Take your time. This class is to find the points within your body that are causing tension so you can find relief. This one is going to surprise you. If you flip over and roll out the muscles here in the forearm. So not on the inside, right? But if on the outside of the hand. Yeah, all the times that we're typing using that, this is it. Oh, okay. Unrolling it out. There's a point in here when you get kind of close to the elbow. It's in between. It's the bones, the ulna and it's the radius. Those two bones that are here in your arms. This is the humerus, the ulna, and the radius are in the lower arms. If you can try to get in the space, the muscular space between them, that really helps. Oh my goodness. Now, it's funny because when we rolled out our IT bands last week, I found that it was the spot right above the joint, the knee joint, that is the most tender for me, and I'm finding that it's the same thing here, that as I get towards the elbow, it's like, "Whoa, I did not know that I used that much." Keep on rolling it out. You guys with me? You still rolling? Good dancers. See what your arm feels like. And we haven't even gotten to the hand yet. Feel a greater sense of kind of space and freedom. And that's why we want to roll, so that you don't lose that range of motion. You want to keep everything open and elongated. Yeah. Let's move on over to the left side. And you're going to find again, it's the space by the armpit. And I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't have the exact intensity of rolling my legs out, but it is amazing how much tension we hold in our upper body. Okay, sorry. Breathing. I found that in this moment, my left side is a lot tighter than my right side. Okay, wow. I actually don't have any words. I'm shocked. And I also just want to give it some relief. I kind of went more towards my the space right here by my collarbone, and I found tension that I did not expect. So maybe try to move around, keep moving around on the ball. It's always going to be, it's different for every dancer. So you have to really focus again, as I said. I'd like to stay here long, but we got a few more things to do because we're going to get all the way to the hands and the head. Moving back in the space so you can see me. Oh, right under the armpit. And I'm just going to roll. Releasing the medial part of my arm, so the part of my arm that stays attached to the body, the inside. And I'm going to move the ball down just a little bit more. And I'm just going to hang out here for a second. Find that if I also just slightly move my fingers as I roll around on the ball, it also changes things. Woo! Getting into that muscle belly. Remember the imagery of the muscle melting around the ball, you becoming one with the ball. Keep on rolling down. I'm gonna bring the ball right underneath, anchor myself, and shift back and forth. And then we're gonna flip it. I'm gonna move up to my shins and find that muscle belly in between the radius and the ulna. Call me crazy, but I know ulna's a bone, but I think it's a really beautiful name. Oh, okay, keep on going. For people, if I have any parents on here with me, if you type a lot, I know a lot of students do, but my husband is a journalist and he's hunched over all day typing, and I'm gonna try to convince him to do this later because if I'm impacted in this way, then I know that many more people are, especially those people working on the computer all day. Great. Oh, and we're gonna come up off the ball. How do your arms feel? Lighter? Feel kind of noodly? We're gonna move into, if you have a really small ball, if you don't, that's okay, any ball. We're gonna move into the palm of the hand. And similar to the foot, when we rolled out that like meaty portion of the foot, we're gonna get to this space between the pointer finger and the thumb, and we're gonna put weight right there on that kind of like cushiony pad. Get weight on that cushiony pad. It's really a lovely feeling. Fingers do a lot. How often do you take care of your fingers? How often do you take care of the palm of your hand? It's important. Good dancers. If you want to get into the fingers, that's really nice too. Just roll it on out. And again, you can do this with a big ball just the same. I just wanted to use a smaller ball because I felt like it could get in there, but I just proved myself wrong because this big ball is doing the job. And that's why you'll see that a lot of dancers have different tools, because on any given day, one may work better than the other because of how much tension you're holding in your body, and how willing you are to let the body settle into the work that it takes to create that sense of relief. So I advise you to start building up your dance bag of gadgets. And again, it doesn't have to be things that you buy that's specifically marketed towards dancers. Like, use your creativity. If you're home right now and you have time, and I'm so sorry parents in advance, go into the kitchen, y'all, and find some gadgets that might help you. We will never use this in our kitchen again. It is now mine. Sorry, Brian. My husband's over there. These spoons are gonna, in a moment, I'm gonna show you how impactful they can be. So if you got a wooden spoon, go grab it. Great. Okay, how you feeling? We're almost there. Now I'm gonna spoon you. I'm using the biggest spoon to start, and pull this in. I am kind of just using the inside of the spoon. I tried out a few different spoons. I did a metal spoon. I tried a large soup spoon, but this is my spoon right here. For me, this one works. I have another friend that really deeply believes in, she's all about that ceramic ramen soup spoon. But if you just get that soup, and so we got into it with the ball, but now we're going to get into it with the spoon, and we're going to move it right along our sternum. And not too hard. It really feels lovely to me. I feel like such a dance nerd up in here with my spoons and my, also, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's kind of a wind chime. And we're going to move across the sternum, across the center, not too hard, because we can move things out of place at the same time. We're really just trying to get that fascia going. Oh, yes. Spooning. So we got two ridiculous puns out of this rolling class hanging in there, and now we're spooning. Okay, and if you want to, you can take that spoon again. You can get into that trapezius. Now, I was using the inside of the spoon to get the front of my body, but I think the outside of the spoon and more circular motions along the trapezius might be better to get in there. Not necessarily right. Again, rolling is trial and error, so you got to kind of try out different things. But if you can't find, and you probably shouldn't, social distancing. If you can't find someone to massage you, find a spoon. And I think it's really important to wear clothes because, you know, when you start to create the friction that happens between the skin and any device that we're using, you can sometimes rub your skin raw, which is why the last rollout class I brought my lotions with me to moisturize the skin. So just be mindful of that. I don't want anybody to get similar to a Marley burn. I don't want any of those like superficial cuts. And again, like you can use that spoon and go down your arm again. You can use that same spoon and flip it over and get into that space a little bit deeper into these muscles going all the way down. I'm going to switch over back to my opposing side and get in a little bit deeper in the trapezius. So I think I found the thing that works really well for me. It's like I'm literally trying to scoop something out. It's like I'm scooping out a muscle. Move your neck around. Do this. And if you want to, I should have kept my turtleneck on, but just so that we don't create too much friction, just use the back of the spoon. Just kind of roll into the neck. You can use your opposing hand. I'm using my two fingers and I'm kind of pushing them. So I'm giving myself, it kind of looks like a cute little earring. I'm trying to see if I'm using a regular wooden spoon. That's fine. A regular wooden spoon is fine. Like I said, you're going to become really creative with this time at home. And if you feel it as the person below said, you're probably doing something good. It's when you start to feel the nervy things, when you start to feel things start to go numb, that's when I tend to tell dancers that are people to just like back away from it. You don't want things to go numb. It should have a sensation of it hurts so good almost. You know, you're getting into places when you get into things like under the armpits and in the neck, you know, you're getting into the lymph nodes. So I don't want to go too deep because, again, massages really do, they release a lot of toxins in the body. So how does that feel? Just kind of feel your arms. I feel really loose. I also feel a sensation like I don't want to lift my arms because I feel like they want to take a nap now. But you can't take a nap yet. I want to talk about something really important. Then we're going to get into our last thing, which is massaging our head. A lot of us lack the range of motion necessary to find the desired line for arabesque, right? We don't want it to be straight out to the side because it kind of obstructs the line. And so you'll find a lot that the hand Oftentimes teachers will kind of show it just slightly behind, which a lot of us lack a range of motion here. So I wanted to show you a little open or upper. That's a sentence. And I'm wondering what I can use to brace myself. So I'm going to use my table, and ultimately the thing that's really best is a wall. Um, but I'm going to use the back of my table to show you this. And so essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk my hands away. I'm not going to straighten my elbow because straightening it kind of goes into the joint. I'm going to keep it slightly bent, and I'm going to turn myself away from that arm so you kind of feel a little bit of stretch here. Remember, don't straighten your elbow because then you go into your flexibility. I want to create tension in the muscles so that you have a sense of control. Stretching is great, but stretching without strengthening and understanding how to engage the muscle really does put us in can put us in some positions for potential injury. So we're going to keep working on addressing that. That's a really good one. And try just like leaning your head from side to side. I'm kind of leaning it away and I feel even more of a stretch. You can do this on in any surface, any wall, anything that's anchored into the ground, you can use this for. We release. Woo! Feels nice. You get a little stretch. Remember, we don't want you to overstretch, dancers, right? If you're trying to find greater range of motion, we're going to do it incrementally. Don't rush through. I know because we're warm and we've rolled out, you're going to feel the freedom that you can go. And that's why I said hold the tension and move very slowly as you do that. I'm going to see how I can do this on the other side. Just turn around, Yusha. And again, so I've anchored the palm of my hand against the table, and I bend the elbow so that I don't go into the hyperextension or into the joint, and I turn my body. Just rolling out the neck. Keep moving the head. I've also, in case you can't see because my pillars are blocking, I've done this, what I did yesterday in class, at the beginning of modern class, to get a nice release in the toes. I try to find that position whenever I can to keep space underneath there. And let's release. All right, my lovelies, we're almost to the end. We're gonna do one more stretch for the back, and this is where my pillows come in. Remember I told you about the pillows? We're gonna put our pillows underneath our lumbar spine. And I might only need one. I brought two just in case because one of my pillows is squishier than the other. I'm gonna put it right underneath my lumbar spine to protect it. Yep. And then I'm gonna use a foam roller. Yeah. And I'm gonna put it vertically. It's gonna go right along my spine, my back. And I'm just gonna let my head rest. And I'm gonna you're gonna open your arms up to the side. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, that's okay. And if this is uncomfortable for you, that's also okay. You can turn the foam roller this way and put it right underneath the scapula. We're gonna open up the sternum. That for me feels better than the long way, but everyone is different. Yep. But you want to make sure that you keep the pelvis supported underneath. If you don't use the foam roller, let's say you use your water bottle, for example. If you only have a water bottle, the same thing. Find the space underneath. I actually haven't tried it with this water bottle. It feels a little bit hard. You might want to put a piece of fabric over the bottle just to create more cushion. And Just open up the arms like you're floating in a pool. Taking deep breaths. Feel the weight of the body dropping into the earth. Feel the sternum opening up as the muscles of the back fold around the foam roller, the water bottle, whatever device you're using. This is too much pressure along your spine. Again, you can turn the device, place it right underneath where you need, where you feel like you want to feel that opening in your sternum. And just open up the arms and wait. This is best done, I believe, with a yoga block, but my cat ate my yoga block. So now I'm left to my own devices to try to figure out what I can use to open up my sternum. Right now I have my water bottle covered in my turtleneck right underneath my scapula, and that just feels so good. And you can release those leg muscles. I don't know why I'm holding them, because once you let them go, your body goes into the ground even more. It feels really lovely. You find that rest position, but it's an active rest position. I could go to sleep right now, but I can't go to sleep, so I'm gonna bring my legs underneath me. I'm gonna slide this out from underneath me. I'm gonna roll over to one side. I'm gonna press myself up. This is actually the proper way I've been told to get out of bed so you don't throw things out of alignment. I'm gonna find my way back. Now I have my pillow underneath me, so I'll find a seated position on my pillow, nice and comfortable. And last thing, we're not gonna touch our faces. We're just gonna use our hands and give ourselves a little scalp massage. Don't worry about what you look like. I'm not worried about what I look like, and I'm on camera because it feels too good. Oh, fingers to get in there. Use the thumb to get in behind the head. Underneath the occipital bone, which is that bone right here behind the head. Use that bone to get in there. It feels really good. I will say that a head massage is usually much better when given by someone else, when you find yourself these times, or if it's only you, you can do it for yourself. And we're rolled. Thank you so much, dancers. That's our second roll out class. We've done the lower body now. We've done the upper body. I hope you feel a sensation of relief and release, release for relief. You can do this again. This class will be available to you online. So please feel free. If you have any questions, you know, you can always reach out to me and ask. Again, my name is Yusha-Marie Sorzano. I'm going to give Jeffrey a call now, and I'm going to open the floor up to any questions that you might have. Um, Give me 1 second. Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Great class.
Thank you. I'm here to take any questions that people might have. I'm also feeling very relaxed.
Well, don't fall asleep on me.
I know. I'm not going to. I just gave myself a head massage. Okay. Any questions?
Nothing as of yet. Maybe everybody else is asleep too.
Yeah, you guys remember you got to drink a lot of water. I can't say. Yeah, I know. We all need it. So I want you to, if you have parents or anybody around, take this to them. Give them this information too, because it's not just dancers that need it. It's regular people. A lot of us are really carrying a lot of stress in our bodies, and we hold a lot of tension in our upper bodies. So this can be a really great way of releasing that. So share it, and let's promote relief for all beings. And again, be mindful to continue to wash your hands. I just touched my face. I need to wash my hands. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and stay safe. Yes, yeah.
You just announced that tomorrow at the same time, Julie will be teaching a bar class.
Yes. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, wonderful educator Julie will be teaching a ballet bar. And so please do join us again for another class. We get back into moving. Thanks so much, dancers. Thank you, Jeffrey.
You bet. Good night.
Good night. Bye, guys.